Please take note. This is important. Things can and will go wrong. Always have a backup plan. So because we do 24 different venues in one tour, for example, each of those venues are not always going to have all the things that we want. So it's just what happens. So if you guys are going to be on a tour, working on a tour, producing a tour, anything like that, have a backup plan. If you're doing aerial, have a floor work. If you're doing fire, have an LED option. All these things, just think about how can you manipulate your act into something still as wow, but it doesn't require potentially something that might not go ahead. And that means that you are an incredible performer because you've got a backup plan. Cool. Has anybody ever been, actually this is probably more apt, has anybody not ever seen a contract before for a booking? I'm going to show you a contract. Okay, so, and then afterwards you can pass it around. So contracts, read them, sign them, make sure that you agree with them. Very, very, very important. Always obtain a contract. And always understand your contract and what is demanding of you as well. So getting on the day and then saying that you're not happy with certain things getting done, not okay. If you've signed a contract, that's you, you're in for it, okay? So just make sure that you're happy with it before you go ahead as well. Okay, so one of the questions that Joshi asked me to answer, how to build yourself into a flexible performer perfect for productions. Be adaptable without compromising your uniqueness. Be knowledgeable about techniques and venue specs. Two of the things that I absolutely look for when I am booking an act is adaptability and also an understanding of not only the show, but what they can achieve within the venue. So do your homework. And also, if you're going in for a booking, do your homework on your client. Find out what's going to work, find out what they like, find out what you can do that is going to make it even more wow. What can you add? What is special for you? I realize I'm like pacing in front of you guys, sorry. Looking at working as a performer as part of a large production. That is absolutely key. Having multiple skill sets. I was actually saying to Ed outside a little analogy that I learned, which I think is really, really good. I'm going to borrow this. So we're going to get some interactive. So this is you. This is your surfboard. This is my analogy for learning lots of different skills. So your surfboard is your steady income and you're on water. Yeah, this is you staying afloat, being stable and awesome. And then underneath here is your pillars of skills or income, but we're going to use it as skills. So say you've got stilt walking, fire breathing, LED, aerial, something else like that. So if you're up here and you can't do one of them, you've still got another 6, you're okay. But say you've only got one skill and you can't do that skill for any reason, you're not going to get booked. So adaptability and learning different things. It's good to be able to be incredible in what you're passionate about. But it's also incredible to be able to go, do you know what, guys? I can also flip hats on my head and catch them like Paddy, yeah. Just be as wide range as you can without compromising your skill base. Okay, so don't get too swamped under by learning loads of different things, but certainly pick some things that excite you and find some tricks that are key for putting together a show. No. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Being punctual. You will get fired if you're not on time. That's all I'm going to say. Helping out with everyone. Like some of the wonderful people that I get to work with on the regular, the people that stick out are the ones that are like, do you know what? Do you want me to help you with your bags? I'm not saying go around and fucking help people out with bags, but the people that are engaged with their team, those are the ones that you remember, and those are the ones that stick out in your mind because they leave an impression and a kindness, which is really, really nice. And I think it's good to be good. So how to be a valued performer within a production. Professionalism at all times. You can be friendly, but don't lose sight of the task at hand. For example, a lot of people that I work with are my friends, but it doesn't mean that I cut them slack, and it doesn't mean that, you know, they give me shit, basically. So just making sure that no matter what, you're sticking to what you're there to do. Have fun. We're here to have fun. If we wanted money, we'd be in banking. We're here to have fun, learn a passion, make some money on the side. So, so professionalism is key so that you can make sure that the job still gets done. How to correctly work with a director. Understanding the show, asking questions, having all your risk assessments and method statements all ready to go ahead of time is key, and collaborating on a shared vision. So when you're working in a production, a large-scale production, your ideas might end up not looking the way that you presented them. And you must be prepared to compromise. So long as you're okay to compromise, to make it work within the show. If it doesn't work for you, that's the point that you have to say, this show isn't for me, and bow out. However, if the show is important for you to be a part of, be prepared that the director's gonna have their input, the producer's gonna have their input. It's a team and it's a collaboration. Creating a crescendo. Okay, what skills have we got? Paddy, I'm gonna pick on you. If you were gonna create a crescendo with a hat trick, how would you do it?
More of them.
If in doubt, add more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you've got quite a big audience, then like high tricks, nothing really low to the ground, nothing that takes up too little space. So you wanna try and fill as much space as possible with what you have.
That's a really good point. A lot of floor-based acts in the venues that we use don't work. So if you are doing something on the floor, for example, contortion or acro or anything like that, something you might want to consider investing in is a 2x1 table to elevate you to do your acts on top of. Because this is number one thing, is if you're doing a floor-based act and the audience are here and you're down here, the front row are going to see you, but nobody else is. And we're not here to do that. We're here to be seen and we're here to be heard. So investing in a table, we just got some for our tour, between 50, 150, depending on if you get a still light deck or not. So do your homework, go on event productions on Facebook. They've got loads of secondhand shit as well, which is really good. Cool. How can you go above and beyond? So when you have finished curating your show and you've done something spectacular and amazing, step away from it and then come back with fresh eyes. And then ask yourself the question, how can I make this better? Do not finish on a finished result. Go away, come back, ask that question, see what you come up with, because it might be something even more spectacular and unique.